Well, hello there. Today we are replacing a smoke detector. This is a combination smoke and carbon monoxide detector. The original one that was up there, hell, it was old as hell. It just started beeping, and it's actually about 12 years old. You're supposed to replace them after 10 years. So I have a new one here, but what's happened on this one is the spot here where these are hardwired in, by the way. Where the hardwire part that goes throughout the house, where it plugs into the smoke detector, it's different. So I've got to take this and attach it there to make the adapter or whatever you want to call it fit. So first thing I'm going to do, and they normally tell you to turn the power off to this kind of stuff, but I don't care. I'm going to start cutting these wires. I'll cut them one at a time. You've got a black, a red, and a white. I'll just cut these three off like this. This is no good to me anymore. Now you're going to strip your wires. A good pair of wire cutters come in handy here. And if you're going to do it live like I am, without turning off the power to anything, just be careful not to touch the wires together. Try not to touch them with your fingers together, because they'll get you. Okay, so I've got those three wires stripped. And what I like to do on these, because they don't give you much of the wire, I like to go ahead and strip some more of that covering off of these. Get off of there. Okay. Now you could just twist these together, or you could use, butt connectors or something like that. You could use electrical tape after you twist them together. But what I'm going to use is my little kit. Oh, fuck. Sorry. What I'm going to use is my little kit here that is a heat shrink gun with the heat shrink tubing. I've used this a couple of times, and I enjoy it. So I'm going to use it. And it comes with all the heat shrink tubing, different sizes, different colors. Comes with your heat shrink gun. I will need an extension cord to get up here with it, so I'm going to try to grab one of those. All right, so the first thing we're going to do here is take one of these tubing pieces for this heat shrink kit. And they have different sizes. Just find one that fits over this stuff and isn't too crazy. You want it to be able to fit. That's going to be a little too small. This stuff shrinks pretty good. There's all kind of different ones you can get that'll shrink. Different. I don't know. I guess multiplication numbers. Like some of these will shrink 2 times their original diameter. Some will shrink 4 times their original diameter. So just find one that looks close. I think I got them. And what you're going to do first is take one of these. Let's go with the black first. Just take one out the pack. And you want to go ahead and, in order to slide this on, you're probably going to have to take these wires and twist them some, because they're going to be a little bit like frayed when you cut them and strip them. So just go ahead and take all your wires and twist them up where they're a little more solid. So we're going to take this black and we're going to slide this over that vinyl casing, that cover that's on there. Leave it like that. Now we grab this little pigtail adapter piece. We bring it up here. And what I'm going to do is kind of like what you normally would. You're going to twist these together. So just kind of line them up side by side. twist them together because you want these wires to connect. And once they're connected like that, then you're going to bring that heat shrink tubing down over that connection that you just made. You got to work it a little bit, especially if you got one that's a little bit tight. There we go. All right, so now we have that heat shrink tubing over that. Let you look at it here. So that's the first one. I'm going to go ahead and get that joined up so it doesn't slide down or anything. And all we're going to do that is use this heat gun that comes in this kit. Most of the kits that I saw had a little heat gun with it. If not, I've seen people do it with a lighter or a hair dryer. So if you don't have one of these little fancy heat guns, you can use something like a lighter or a hair dryer. Just something that puts off some heat. Now we're going to just run this around that tubing until it shrinks all up. Doesn't take very long. Just make sure you get it going all the way around it. And as you can see, you tug on it, that'll be a really good secure connection. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing for the other wires. The next one we'll do that white one. This kit doesn't have any white tubing, so I'm going to use the yellow. It doesn't really matter because you're going to be able to see the color of the wires on either side of this. So that really doesn't matter. But let's use the yellow. We'll slide it over. Do the same thing we just did. Twist these damn wires together. Just like that. Slide our yellow tubing down around them. Just like so. Now we're going to heat it up. I think I might have messed up right there. I went ahead and I tugged on that bastard while it was still gummy, and I pulled my wires loose. So don't do that. Don't pull on it like I did until it's had time to cool down. My bad. So let's do this again. And don't make the mistake of tying your wires together before you put your heat shrink tubing on, because then, of course, you want me to get your piece of tubing on. So let's retwist this one since I messed it up. Let's slide the tubing on. Let's twist this thing around. Like that. Luckily, this doesn't take very long to do, so if you make a mistake, just correct it and move on. Now let's go for the red. Got our red one here. Slide our tubing on. Take our wiring, twist them together. Slide the tubing over those wires if I can here. There we go. Take our heat source again. There we go. Now that we have that done, all that's left to do is plug in. Oh, I've got a visitor here. Let's see what he has to say to us. Hey there, Beckham. Beckham says to like and subscribe. It would make his day. So yes, I agree. Like and subscribe for more things getting done. Even if I make a mistake or there's a problem, I'll let you know. So even if I'm an idiot, make a mistake, you won't make the same mistake probably. Okay, now this is a really cool smoke and carbon monoxide alarm made by Kitty. A lot of the ones that I have in this house, I've got probably 12 in this house. But it has the battery, that you have to replace. Even though it's hardwired, it has a backup battery. This particular unit, these are some of the new ones they have coming out, has an internal battery. I'm assuming it's like a lithium battery or something, but it has a 10-year non-replaceable battery built into it. So you don't have to worry about your double A's or your 9 volts, going dead and beeping on you. When this thing is done after 10 years, it's done. So really cool. I mean, they're expensive, but they're worth it. The family, the safety of your family is worth it. So now all we're going to do is plug this thing in. Pretty self-explanatory the way it plugs in. You heard it beep, so we have power. That's good. We have a light. That's good, which means our wiring and everything is hooked up correctly. Now we just took all these wires up into this little cavity, this hole that's up here. And I don't know if this is going to slide on this existing mount. It may not. I should have checked that first. See, again, I make mistakes so you guys can live, kind of thing. Yeah, this may not work. That's really disheartening. But I'm going to have to replace this ring as well. But it looks like I am. And as you know, the only way for me to do that, the only way is to cut these wires, disconnect this shit. So I'm going to have to do that. I should have looked at that prior. I know. But I just got done saying how, if I make mistakes here, it's beneficial for y'all to watch because you'll know not to do the same stupid stuff. I wonder if this, before I do start cutting and acting crazy, I'm going to look and see what the difference is in these. Maybe it's the size. No, not really. I mean, they look very similar. I'm going to give this a couple more tries to get this in before I just redo this. Even though it's not too hard to do. They're not normally very tricky to get on. You kind of just lock it in place and twist it. Hush, you're beeping. All right, I don't think it's going to work. So let's do it like this. let's do it again. Because if we do it again, it'll be fun. Let's do it again. Yeah, maybe I just pull these sons of bitches off and not cut any more wire. Just pull them off. Let's see. They're on there pretty damn good though. There we go. Okay. All right, guys. Let's do this again. What do I need? A flathead screwdriver, right? Yep. Let me get a flathead screwdriver. All right, I ran downstairs. I got a flathead screwdriver. I'm going to unscrew these. And I don't believe you have to unscrew these all the way. Just enough to loosen them up in order to twist this piece and pull it down like so. So again, they don't look very different, but I mean, maybe they are. They look identical to me. Almost identical. I do see a couple little differences. So we're gonna get rid of the old one. We'll slide the new one back up here into place. And again, just find your screw locations, slide it over, twist it like that, which you're just twisting it into a smaller hole that when you tighten your screws, they tighten it up. Just like that. Okay, now that is tight, we're going to do this again. So if you missed it the first time, here it is. But I'll fast forward all this shit, I'm sure. Okay, they're all heated. They're all secure. Let's try this again. Make sure we have power. We do. We have power. Let's go ahead and test this thing one time. All right, it works. All right, so it works. We tested it. And there we go. That one fits in there the way it's supposed to be. So it was just our little plate adapter up top. So I made this a lot more difficult than it had to be because I messed up a few things. So a couple things to remember when you replace your smoke detector out, if you have it hardwired in, or if you're just replacing the ones that are using a battery, make sure that this plate is the same as the smoke detector. If not, take the plate that comes with the box with the smoke detector and replace it. Super easy to do. Phillips head screwdriver most of the time. And yeah, if it's hardwired in, cut your wires, put your stuff on there, connect it however you want to connect it, and you're good. And now we're good for 10 years on this one. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section. Of course, like and subscribe to all of this stuff to get all of these homeowner things that I do. I don't know what you call it, all these projects that I do. You can check them out, see what I'm doing right, see what I'm doing wrong. Thank y'all very much. Go out there and get it done.